If you missed last week's event drop, the Millennium event was released in NHL 23, bringing 4 of the most popular players from the Millennium era in the NHL. It also brought a brand new format in which we would have to trade in all 8 of the 86 overall Master Set players that would be released to acquire a 95 overall player. Well, we found out who those players will be. Let's waste no time and dive into those new Master Set players for week 2 of the Millennium event. We'll kick things off with the 97 Scott Niedermayer from the Anaheim Ducks, 6'1", 200 pounds, has 2 skating synergies, and that does bring his acceleration and speed up to 99. His third synergy has distributor, thief, and well-rounded, and he comes with gold quick pick, silver shutdown, silver tape to tape, silver seeing eye, and silver elite edges. Now, 99 speed for any player over 6 foot is still at a premium in NHL 23. It does appear that they are really bringing down the amount of players that have the 99 skating, even in June. Quick pick is an interesting zone ability in 23 because it looks like we've gone back to NHL 21 and all forces that go through numerous amount of players just seem to go through like it's NHL 21. Quick pick might help with that. But the only ability that I'm really excited for on Scott Niedermayer is Silver Shutdown. At 6'1", he lacks the size that some of the other bigger Master Set players have on the left-hand side, and he's only got 96 body checking. Again, still amazing. I think Silver Shutdown does help him out quite a bit, though, because at 99 speed and acceleration, you really just can't find that. So all in all, fantastic left-handed defenseman card. Next up, we've got the 97 overall Rick Nash from the Columbus Blue Jackets. 6'4", 211, 95 speed and acceleration, and essentially 99 everything else. This reminds me a lot of the Joe Thornton card that was released in week 1, simply because he's 6'4", 211 with 95 speed and acceleration, 99 everything, and then kind of a weaker set of abilities for him. So while he has unbelievable size in the game, he definitely doesn't get the gift of abilities. Puck on a string, you're not really going to want to use. Same with Make It Snappy and Ankle Breaker. However, Close Quarters is one of the best abilities, so that would be the one I would definitely activate on him. He is going to be an incredible card because he's 6'4", 211 with 95 speed and acceleration, and he's Rick Nash. Again, they nailed the cards chosen to be Master Set players for this event, which in part is why this event is so good. Number 3 is the 97 overall Sidney Crosby, 5'11", 200. I love the card art from the early Sid days. Gold Unstoppable Force, silver no contest, silver tape to tape, silver quick draw, and silver elite edges. Again, obviously, he's not the biggest player in the game, which is going to be extremely important for those players that are worrying about the competitive side of things. It's June, stop worrying about that. To make up for it, he's got Gold Unstoppable Force. I can attest myself that I have Gold Unstoppable Force on Connor Bedard's Team of the Season card, and it really does work quite a bit. The only players you're going to find that still throw you off the puck are like Oliver Meebus and some of those guys. The only other ability I'd probably activate would be just Silver Quick Draw if you don't have a Quick Draw centerman already. Elite Edges I don't think is as necessary because he already has basically maxed out agility. Again, really excited to try out this card. This is going to be an impactful Sidney Crosby card for the rest of the game. Now, this was brought up in my Twitch chat in regards to the Team of the Season trade-in for Sidney Crosby. I was asked if you had the X Factor Sidney Crosby, should you bring him all the way up to his 95 overall, and then go to the Team of the Season sets and do the upgrade to get his Team of the Season card, as opposed to making this Master Set player for Sidney Crosby. That's going to cost you about 700 to 750,000 coins if you were starting Sidney Crosby's X Factor at 0. Definitely not worth it in my opinion. Again, when comparing the two, Sidney Crosby already has maxed out speed and acceleration, and this one's got Gold Unstoppable Force, so there's really no need to go and make his Team of the Season card. So if you're waiting and wondering what you should do, if you wanted a Sidney Crosby card, I would definitely make his Master Set for the far reduced cost. And then lastly, we've got the 97 overall Rob Blake. 6'4", 225 from the Los Angeles Kings. He's got Gold Shutdown, Silver No Contest, Silver Bouncer, Seeing Eye, and Ice Pack. 96 speed and acceleration. Gives me the green light on this card. Again, Rob Blake's one of my favorite players from all time. Fun fact, my mom actually went to high school with Rob Blake. He was the captain of my Sharks and one of the most impactful hitters during my time as a kid watching hockey. There will be a lot of questions whether you should make Rob Blake or Adam Foote, and I will do a full ranking video to help walk you through some of those choices if you are trying to min-max your decisions. But nonetheless, this Rob Blake card is fantastic. But let's discuss the 95 overall power-up master item players that you can acquire by trading in all 8 of the 86 overall Master Set players. Up first is Chris Pronger. Here are his stats at 95 overall, so if you just traded in the 86 overall Master Set players, this is what you would end up with. 6'6", 220, left-handed defenseman. He comes with buzzing and spark right out of the gate. Gold truculence and silver stick him up. That is the god tier ability mix on defenseman in NHL 23. He's also got Seeing Eye, Bouncer, and 1T. Now, for 34 Hut Millennium collectibles, you can upgrade him to his 98 overall, which then gives you this animal at 97 speed and acceleration and 99 everything else. This is one of, if not the best left-handed defenseman that you'll get in NHL 23.
He's perfect, and you know it.
An absolute lights-out card that no one should hesitate in making. But then they went and outdid themselves. The other choice at 95 overall is the 95 Matt Sundin. At 95 overall before his upgrades, he'll have 93 speed, 94 acceleration, with mid to high 90s stats across the board. He's also got gold unstoppable force at 6'5", no contest, total eclipse, close quarters, and silver quick draw. At 98, guys, this is the prototype. If you were to go in and be a developer and design the perfect Hockey Ultimate Team centerman, this would be it. 97 speed and acceleration, 99 everything else, and he's 6'5", 231 with gold unstoppable force. On top of that, it's a great selection for this event in terms of the player choice. It all makes sense. Again, just highlighting why this event is the best event we've had in years. Now, I also got a lot of questions about what to do with the power-up icon Matt Sundin. I was in this boat with Jerome McGinley during the first week, and if you already had a really high-rated Matt Sundin, it's an absolute kick right in the pills to have to lose half of your power-up collectibles that you spent trying to get him this high. I'll be honest, if it was me and I had Matt Sundin maxed out prior to this event, I would still do the refund all the way back down and go and get his 98 overall that came in this event, and I will explain why. So the first reason is because it will cost you more collectibles to get him from 95 all the way up to 98. On July 1st, he will get his 99. That's what a lot of people are kind of harping on, that he is going to get 99 overall very, very shortly. Now, to get him to 99 overall, he will receive a pretty big speed bump, but there's no guarantee he will get up to 97 overall. But on top of that, at 99 overall, he will not have the option to get the unbelievable abilities that his MSP has from this event. Gold Big Rig, Born Leader, and Snipe are an awful combo. Big Rig can be useful given the right player knowing how to actually utilize it, but it's not even close to unstoppable force. So again, if you are wondering what to do with Matt Sundin, I would refund him all the way back down, get your power-up collectibles, and maybe invest them in another player, but then go ahead and make his 98 overall MSP. Now, same question about Chris Pronger. This one's a little bit more of a difficult situation because he's already got 96 speed at 98 overall, and again, it doesn't mean that when he gets up to 99 that his acceleration will jacked up all the way to 99. It should be pretty close, but it wouldn't surprise me if it would be close to the 97 overall. He's got gold stick 'em up and silver truculence, so he just reversed to the master set player. So that being said, if you had Chris Pronger's power up icon and you already had the power up collectibles invested as high as they could go, I would probably just finish off Chris Pronger's power-up icon as opposed to losing half of the power-up collectibles that you had, because the advantage of his master set player, I don't think is as a big of a bump to his power-up icon than Matt Sundin. Matt Sundin's master set player is far better. All right, let's talk what to do to optimize your time and coins to get these great players. First things first, what I would recommend doing is acquiring the 4 master set players at 86 overall that were released in week 2. Again, I mentioned this many times, but the dashboard method is still the best way to do this. If you want to be as careful as possible, I'd recommend making 3 of the 5 collectible random choice pack sets. You have a 0.8% of not getting at least 3 players in these packs. And then what you can do is just spend the 7 collectibles to get the one that you don't, in case you don't want to risk, not getting all 4 in 4 different choice packs. What you want to do is put all of the 86 master set players in your lineup first. So add in Crosby, Nash, all of the week 1 master set players, as well as Adam Foote, Niedermayer, and Rob Blake. The reason why you want to do this is because you can really hammer out the Hut Millennium games played objectives with 8 players in your lineup. So remember, these do stack. To finish the entire objective list, you need to play 380 games with Hut Millennium cards in your lineup. If you were to start fresh from today, that would only take 48 games total with all 8 in your lineup. So I'd recommend finishing these off by playing squad battles, but I can totally understand if you don't have the mental capacity to sit through a ton of squad battle games. Also, don't forget, if you want to save as many collectibles as possible, the 9 daily rewards objective will get you one of the 86 overall master items that you don't have. In all honesty, I've made duplicates of the week 1s because I plan on actually using them all in my lineup on top of actually trading them in for the 95. So if you have one of the 86 that you really like, that you actually want to upgrade the 97, I'd probably save it for that as well. Also, don't forget that you can get 2 event collectibles by playing out the daily challenges. Nothing crazy, but it's just another 10k in savings for each collectible. Don't forget that as you complete games through this objective path, you will get Hut Millennium player item choice packs. These will not include the Master Set players, but all of just the event players as a whole. And there are some pretty impressive ones that could help your lineup. Speaking of those event players, let's take a look at the new Week 2 event players for the Hut Millennium event. We've got the 90 overall Yuri Letnin. He's got Wingman as well as Light the Lamp, Gold Wheels, Make It Snappy, and Silver Shutdown. Unless you are a Dallas Stars fan, this is a pretty big, just use it for the event collectibles type of card. Up next is Marek Zielicki from the Nashville Predators, 5'11", 190, right-handed defenseman. Comes with Buzzing and Thief. Does get up to 93 speed. Again, I don't know why Wheels would be on this card. Don't really think that's a good thing to activate. Seeing Eye and Tape to Tape, again, really not amazing abilities, so this would be another trade-in card. Their weekly requirement of giving us more New Jersey Devil players, we've got the 92 Scott Gomez, 5'11", 200, Gold Elite Edges, Ankle Breaker, and Third Eye. Elite Edges, again, is a very good ability, but it's a lot better at the beginning of the year, in my opinion. 92 speed and acceleration is fine, so this would be usable, especially if you just started playing the game in the last month or so. It would definitely make some people's lineup. Wade Redden is up next, and man, I remember him from the Ottawa Senators Toronto Maple Leaf rivalries from the early 2000s. He's got Workhorse as well, so he can get his acceleration up past 89, but again, his abilities and his speed just make him really, really tough to use. Danny Briere gets a 94 overall player, 5'9", 174. Does have Gold Unstoppable Force, 95 speed and acceleration. This is actually a pretty decent card if you are able to activate Gold Unstoppable Force on him. We got Marty Turco, who definitely fits the Hut Millennium event. However, he's 5'11", 184. He'll never be good in Hockey Ultimate Team, unfortunately. Another Buffalo Sabre, the 95 Brian Campbell. 92 speed and acceleration. Mid-90s, pretty much everything else. He is 5'10", 192. Gold Wheels is just not going to do it on a card that has under 99 skating, in my opinion. Heat Seeker, Send It, and Elite Edges, just not really viable, so this would be a pure Buffalo Sabre card if you are a fan of the Sabres. Nick Backstrom, however, at 95 overall, 6'1", 201. He's got 94 speed, acceleration, and high 90s, pretty much everything else. Does have Gladiator to bump up his body checking if you wanted him to, but Thief is probably a better option to get his face-off rating up to 94. This is by far a usable card for sure at this stage of the game. Saku Koivu up at 96, and man, this is a awesome player choice. Gold Born Leader, Make It Snappy, Shutdown, and Elite Edges, so not the best of abilities. He does have 93 acceleration. You can also go Wingman to get his speed up to 94. Just a really, really fun card. I remember back, I believe in NHL 21, his Master Set player was actually quite usable even for his size. And then lastly, we've got the 96 Keith Tkachuk, 94 acceleration, 93 speed. You can flip it as well. Gold Big Rig, Total Eclipse, Make It Snappy, and it's tricky. So again, his abilities, not the highlight of the card. 6'2", 232. You're really not going to have much trouble holding on to the puck with him, that's for sure. So a really fun Keith Tkachuk card. I will have my ranking video out that will help you make some decisions if you are trying to decide between some of these Master Set players. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you next time.